So part 2 of the adoption video tutorials, we're going to look at domestic. A lot of rules here we need to make sure we go through because you need these to understand it. So qualified adoption expenses is allowed for the tax year that follows the year in which the expenses are paid or incurred. So it could take multiple years to accomplish an adoption. So you spend money this year, next year you can take the credit. Unless, so there's a delay, unless the expenses are paid or incurred and that it's final. This is the year, this is it. So let's say last year, 2019, it was finalized, the adoption was finalized. When you're filling out your taxes this spring, you can take it that year. There's no delay. If it's special needs, okay, the credit's $13,810. So if you didn't watch part 1, I went over $13,810. You need to go back and watch part 1, or at least read this section. If this section makes sense, and you don't really need to watch it, I guess. So in special needs, I don't care if you paid $10,000, I don't care if you paid $20,000, you get the whole thing. All right. That's what it says. All right, so here we go. We've got an example we need to look at. Eligible child, U.S. citizen, not special need, pays $6,000 in qualified adoption expenses in 17, $8,600 in 18. The adoption is not finalized until 2019. The $6,000 of expenses paid or incurred in 17 is allowed in 18. The $7,810 of the $8,600 paid or incurred in 18 will be allowed in 2019. On the other hand, if the adoption was finalized in 2018, then the $13,810 would be allowed in 2018. In other words, you just got to follow the pattern on when these are allowed to be deducted. This book used to not have an example and didn't used to go into detail like this until this edition of the book, or at least I don't remember it. And at this point in time, I don't plan on having a problem like this on the test, but I could end up needing to if there's not enough multiple choice questions. So my goal is to avoid it, but just in case, you just remember there is a delay. Again, so like the $6,000 paid in 17 can't be taken until 18, all right? Same thing for the $8,600. It can't be taken until 19, unless it's finalized, and then you can just do whatever you want. That's the delay plus that year. All right, so again, you can tell I'm really not excited about covering that much detail because I'm trying my best not to cover it or put it on the test. I think it's just a little too much detail for this course. All right, so one last comment on this. I covered what you really need to know on this one, all right? That's your example. Make sure you know that one. So part 1, make sure you know, okay? This one, this gives you some, this could be on your test, these rules, right? This part right here, that's what I'm trying to avoid. That on your test, you betcha, I think it's important. This, I'm trying to stay away from it if possible. I'll have a problem at the end of the chapter, graded assignment, that could be on there, but something that just goes like it over year after year after year. But what about this? This kind of example, probably not. So the problems at the end of the chapter, know those really, really well, okay? Know those really well. This gives you an idea of what's going on to help you work those problems at the end of the chapter. This could be on the test. This will help you work the problems at the end of the chapter, along with part 1 video. Okay, so it takes a second to explain this adoption credit and how we're going to tackle it in this course. All right, so this is the end of the second video on adoption credits. The last one, the third one that I'll be posting in a few, is foreign adoption.